The structure applies to the book of Revelation. So you got the 20th letter applying to the 20th chapter. The Hebrew letter, Resh, literally means a head. And you can see the pictograph here. Remember, anciently we said Hebrew. Here's Hebrew on the left here, the letter on the left. But here's the way it used to be. The common people wrote it anciently. It looked like a head, doesn't it? And then the meaning of it literally means a head. A head, a person, or what is the highest, the most important, and the chief. So what do we have coming out in Revelation chapter 20, stamped with this letter? Blessed and holy is he that has part in the first resurrection. On such the second death has no power, but they shall be priests of God and Christ, and shall reign with him 1,000 years. I would say that anyone in that first resurrection can be regarded as the head, or the most important, the chief of the whole kingdom. And so it really fits, doesn't it? So let's go see now, what does the Gospel of John have in chapter 20? Because remember, it follows the same structure. Let's take a look. So here we have probably the most familiar story of all, Jesus coming out of the tomb, raising from the dead. Remember, we said he is the beginning, the head, the person, the highest, the most important, the chief of the first resurrection, isn't he? We're talking about the everyone in the first resurrection, and he's the first one. He's the head. And is it more than a coincidence that chapter 20 is talking basically about the same thing? And you know, I started this as we were going through here. I had this hunch that this would work like this. I had heard it, but I never really looked into it like this. And it's all worked all along. Let's read the scripture here. Just to familiarize yourself with what's going on here. Jesus says to her, "Woman, why weepest thou? Whom seekest thou?" She, supposing him to be the gardener, saith unto him, "Sir, if thou have borne him, hence tell me where thou hast laid him, and I will take him away." Jesus saith unto her, "Mary." She turned herself and saith unto him, "Rabboni," which is to say, Master. Jesus saith unto her, "Touch me not, for I am not yet ascended to my Father. But go to my brethren, and say unto them, I ascend unto my Father and your Father, to my God and your God." Mary Magdalene came and told the disciples that she had seen the Lord, and that he had spoken these things unto her. As regards all the first witnesses of the resurrection, they were the women, weren't they? They were the chief. They were the chief witnesses. You had an awful lot of unbelief going on among the 12 apostles, but these came out. They believed that Jesus, well, when they saw the empty tomb, they believed, right? They believed. This story is only talking about Mary Magdalene, but I believe there were 3 Marys, weren't there, at the grave? So if you check the Gospels, there's actually 3 different Marys that were there. And some other people with them as well. We talk about those in the first resurrection as being virgins, but they were also the martyrs, right? And the witnesses of Christ. And here's Mary. She is like the first witness of the resurrection. And so I think there's some ties to that. I find it rather interesting.